guys, it's Epic Underworld, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a theory/case study on Zach's recent PCGs. He's been a PCG maker ever since the start, he's the OG, and he's made a lot of games, but his recent PCGs have got me thinking about some questions, I want to try to find a deeper meaning and purpose to Zach's recent PCGs. The theme of Zach's recent PCGs has kind of been mysterious, a lot of unanswered questions, and a lot of them don't even connect to the storyline. In fact, most of them don't even have anything to do with the events after Balzac Globotron. The only game that I found that Zach's made recently that's kind of connected with the storyline is Squids in Space. That kind of follows Ari's adventure, but all the games since that, there's like no connection. So I gotta find out why that is happening, and I've come up with a few theories as to why he did that. Theory number one, he is creating all these alternate universes like the Tree Realm. We have Gyphobaz, which kind of semi-connects to Ginkus. I feel like that game's for lives of Ginkus, but I feel like he's making all these games, all these different worlds, all these different stories that have literally no connection to each other to set up Balzac Globotron 2. That Balzac Globotron 1, he went from this massive game of connecting PCGs all over. He devoted like 10 years of his life to doing this, and then he just started making one-off games. So I think he's making all these one-off games like he did before. He made the Mole Men series with Yip It. He made the Alien Invasion series, and kind of connected those all into Balzac Globotron 1. So we've seen this strategy before, and now he's doing it again, or at least that's my theory. He's making all these games, and even games like Revenge of the Spotted Lanternfind, we have like the God Troctelier. I feel like he's all going to connect all these stories, gods, and characters into Balzac Globotron 2, because making Balzac Globotron 2, it's going to be hard if you don't have anything to work off of. You can work off the previous stuff in Balzac Globotron 2, but you need stuff that is new that people are still familiar with. The other possibility is that he's just doing this for us. He could be making all these random things for us to expand on, for us to get inspired. People could get overwhelmed and sick of the main storyline. It's kind of fresh to get new ideas and stuff for people to get inspired. So this could be one of Zach's strategies to get more people involved. Having all these one-off games that, he hasn't really made a sequel to any of them. So he's basically setting up a foundation for all these games and series to be made after them. And that could be a strategy because he wants to maybe step away from connecting all these games and have us do it for him. I think that's a super engaging part of the community, and that's one of my favorite parts. Zach just making a random game that has nothing to do with the storyline, and then we, the community, flesh it out for him and turn it into a whole saga that happened with the Gnome Saga, the Archangel Saga, and so many others past that. Zach often says that he isn't proud of some of his games like Gnome the Return or games like Manipulation, but he says that, but people find beauty, treasure in those games. I personally love creating PCGs because I think that the fact that you can create part of something bigger, a shared universe, and that you can make your own story, it's kind of like poetry. You can make your own verse of the giant poem. That's kind of what I find in PCGs. And I think that's beautiful that anyone can make any games, and it'll inspire other creators. That's a really good strategy to making PCGs. You can just make all these random games, and then like maybe 1 in 100 will inspire one person to make a giant series that'll bring the community together. And I think that's an awesome way to make PCGs. So that could be what Zach's doing also. The last theory is just that it's like a stream of conscious. He makes these games whenever he wants. They have no connection, and he's okay with that. But I like to think that there's a deeper meaning. Zach has really built the foundation and structure for basically the whole PCG universe. It's just that that have to flesh it out. Zach is the major reason why our games and story and our lore of PCGs is so amazing. Right after Zach made the game Tree, I immediately made a sequel called Grey Tree, which was one of my best PCGs ever, and that was because of Zach. I would not have made that game just on my own with no other resources. We have to have other resources and other inspiration around us to make these great games. The game like Balzac Globotron, one of the greatest PCGs ever, it wouldn't be so great if it didn't have other inspiration and connections. That's the fun part about shared universe. Anyone can use each other's characters and further build on their story. It's like having a plain cake with hardly any ingredients, whereas having a really delicious one with tons of different ingredients from all across the world, from all these different people, and it's perfection. To me, PCGs are almost like, whenever I play a PCG, it's like I can make my own movie. Players can interact with my movie and get engaged. It's like they're seeing this giant story pass by them, and they can be a part of it. They can affect future events and feel included in something bigger, not just thinking of random stories in their head in solitude. You can take action, you can make these things come true. This is the perfect opportunity to express your creativity, and that is the form of PCGs. It's just amazing. Every puzzle I see appreciation, every character and world I see exploration, things that I can further expand upon. In every game I see a work of art. Like, even if it's just drawn with really terrible art, I still see it as art, you know? Like, who says that art has to be this perfect thing? Art can be whatever you want it to be, and it just takes the player or the person to find beauty in it. I think that we should take these hints that Zach's been giving us and expand these games. I'm saying, like, every game that he's made, let's expand, let's turn everything into a series, let's further connect this, let's just make a lot more PCGs and have fun. Let's just keep inspiring future creators. Even if you leave the PCG community, you know, that's fine. Your creations will still be here for others to love and enjoy. And I hope that stays forever. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.